Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth webinar focused on our international alumni and also our current students. My name is Robert Ewelina, and from me and the team, we're very thankful for you putting time aside and joining us for this session. So keep tuned, and after this short break, we will begin. Thank you and see you soon. Hi everyone, and welcome back from that short break. Now with me here, I have a very special guest, actually the first guest of our webinar today. Her name is Miss Margorzata Czarnomska, and she is, most important to point out of this is she's an alumni. And the other part is that she's one of our lead consultants here in the section for Competency Development Center. We have her here, and I'm quite sure that you will be very interested to hear what she says, because being part of the team, UMCS is very dedicated to making sure that both our international students and also our Polish students are very much welcome, and they have access to all the information that they can, especially about companies, careers. So just to jump into this, okay, just kindly tell us what should a student at our university expect from an appointment from your office?
During the appointment, we are going through subjects that are related to job market, but as well to time during studies, which can be fruitful for your future and very supportive for your future career. So what the students shouldn't expect is that we will give them straight answers. At our university, we have 12 faculties. So students from very random career paths, future career paths are coming to us. But we will guide you, we will support you, and we'll be happy to support your network, to help you to network, to build your own or grow your own network with people who can sooner or later help you in your career.
And I remember that for the course of in the past year, and of course also early this year, there are a number of activities that you have been involved in, that you have been organizing, of course with students. Maybe can you just highlight a couple of those?
So our Competence Development Center, what is the first thing? Was moved closer to main faculties, to the rectorate, so it's easier to find. Then as well, we were organizing meetings about careers, how to prepare your CV, upcoming events, because we planned that during 2023, every 23rd of each month, there will be a meeting with companies who are happy to share or introduce themselves to international students, how to prepare them for interviews with straight away feedback.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So in this way, as well, we are open for suggestions from students, what they are looking for, what workshops or information they wish to get.
Okay, and you've mentioned something about, very important that students get to interact directly also with the companies that come for some of these activities. And there's always that part about the student schedules. Of course, depending on the faculty, one of the students in attendance is from. Some of the, and also some of the new students having this new exposure to the independence. So from your perspective, having years of experience engaging with these students, what is the best way you would advise for students to optimize their time here at our university?
To get involved, to don't just close themselves to their colleagues from the faculty, but as well get involved with program from welcome center, or competence development center, but as well students' organizations are getting more and more welcome for international students. There are plenty of NGOs in Lublin which are happy to help to develop, help to learn and get involved international students in the life of Lublin.
Yes, and I think most of the students as well, have an opportunity. Of course, being that Lublin, all the places within Lublin are just within walking proximity from where they stay. So I think that also in combination with coming to your office, I think there is always that opportunity to see, to be guided, to move out of their comfort zones. That is very, very important. And this brings me to the next question, actually. This may be a little bit tricky, but from your perspective, what's the differences between counseling an international student and a Polish student? And of course, related with what department one is studying in, or the faculty, and cultural blocks. So that part is very interesting, because the cultural blocks, being that we're a very international university.
As you were saying, out of my experience, I think that international students are coming here with bigger cultural context, which is very different than what they see or experience here. Taking care of their health as well, about this, that it will take time. So a lot of pressure that a lot of students are coming here with. We are happy to support you. We are happy to give you some guidelines, how to develop your time, how to manage your free time, which some of the students are not used to, because at high school,
everything is managed.
Everything is organized or supported by the family. Now with a lot of spare time, it's easy to waste it. So
to be wasteful, to just remain in your comfort zone in the dormitory, sleep, watch movies, study, and that's it. And I think at the end of the day, also from the center, from where your office is, engaging with students is always very important, because then they can say, oh, you know what, it's just not about the campus. There's a lot more out there to see. That's very, very interesting. And I believe also in terms of cultural blocks, you come from a community outside of Europe, and let's say even outside of Poland, so that in that cultural mindset that you come with, there is a couple of things that are shocking. For me, my time as a student, I remember I also had a couple of those from time to time, but that's a conversation for another time. Then, as we get more into this, in an era of too much information, and I know there are some people who are asking, what is this too much information? Some people just say TMI. What's the best advice for our students that you would share with them?
I would say to schedule well your time, as well to plan in advance how much during the day you dedicate to social media and relax, and how much to personal development. Having scheduled spending time reading books, which is old school, but
very important.
But very important, and then as well getting involved with interaction with other students, with other people, which can give you different perspective on many subjects. But as well, it can help you with future looking for a job, because my perspective is by the Competence Development Center. So our focus is on how to support develop students.
Develop the students. That's very important what you have pointed out. And as we wind down, I would like more of this from a very personal note. Being in the Competence and Development Center, engaging with so many students, different backgrounds, what is the best part about your job?
There are no same stories. So during the day, my office, I have appointment with students from very random backgrounds, very random problems. Although I have to say, I do prefer students on the beginning of the process of studying, when they come and ask how can they wisely spend their studying, rather than on the last year asking that they have no experience, how can they out of sudden get on labor market. So please start as soon as possible, visit our office and get involved for your own good as every student.
That's amazing. Well put, well said. And I hope that our viewers out there that are interested in coming to UMCS, you know the name of the office, you know the person, you see her in the street. And also for our students currently on campus, if you see Miss Margojata on campus, approach her. There's always time for engagement, right? Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, and our viewers out there, I would also like to invite you to watch a very short video about the cultural spaces here in Lublin. So enjoy this and join me after for our next special guest, an alumni. I'm quite sure that you'll be interested in hearing what he has to say. Ms. Margojata, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in future webinars. Thank you so much.
See you soon.
All right. Hello, I am Robert Aineviona and I work for the Welcome Center UMCS. Also, I am a student at the Faculty of Political Science in the doctoral program, and today I would love to show you about this beautiful city of Lublin. Come with me. In Lublin, you have an amazing opportunity to visit some of the most charming museums in the eastern part of Poland and learn about the rich history of this city. Today, I and other students will give you a short tour of Lublin. Lublin is the biggest in eastern Poland, and it was granted municipal status as far back as 1317 and city status in 1474. It is a mix of the old and new structures. For instance, from the Lublin Castle built by Casimir the Great, now a museum, you can enjoy the old and new contemporary art exhibited within its walls. It is home to exhibitions on inventions, traditions, tools, and most importantly, history and the unification of Poland. It's a worthy activity for the art connoisseurs and meeting new people. In addition, you have a panoramic view of the whole city atop the castle tower, and you can leave with a memorable selfie. Not far from the castle, you can take a walk through the old town and visit some of the richly decorated Renaissance buildings and religious monuments. If you're interested in more modern architecture and art, then definitely you have to visit the various exhibitions showcased at Spotkania Centrum Kultury. I would love to invite you to Lublin City, which is the home of Marie Curie Skłodowska University and also the cultural capital of Eastern Poland. See you soon, guys, and welcome to Lublin.
The project was financed by the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange under the Welcome to Poland program.
Hi everyone, welcome back from this short break. With me here I have a very special guest from Tanzania. Now she will briefly just say something about herself, and then we'll get into our session, and I have a couple of questions for her, and I'm hoping that she'll be happy enough and joyful enough to also share with us her experiences about her time here at UMCS.
Hello everyone, my name is Faith Alex Liza and I'm International Relations student, BA program at UMCS, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you very much for putting time aside and joining me for this session. Now, just to start off on a lighter note, okay? So you've been here, studying here with your BA program. What has been your time like? Like since you joined UMCS, what has been it like for you living here in Lublin, studying here at UMCS at the Faculty of Political Science and Journalism? How are things going?
Actually, things are quite interesting, but also there are things which are quite new that I'm tending to learn. As you know, from the place that I come from and here, the cultures are different. So it's really diverse for me, and I'm really trying to cope up. Because sometimes it's really hard. For example, here we have different language totally, we have different culture away from home, but it's quite interesting, and it can make one curious to learn, you know.
So you picked up a couple of Polish words?
Oh yeah, actually.
Okay. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry, actually.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And you know, for the time that you've been here with us, what do you miss most about home?
Actually, what I really miss from home is just, actually maybe I should say my family, because that's the main important thing. But actually UMCS, this is just like my home away from home. The teachers, the lecturers, all the workers that cooperate with us, they make sure we are in good terms so as we can, you know, have this good environment for ourselves. Yes.
And I know this whole differences as well, missing home. Like, what key differences do you see from, let's say, from your city, like Dar es Salaam?
Arusha.
Arusha, yes, from Arusha, and now living in Lublin, Poland. Like, what differences do you see? Is it the transport system? Is it the way classes are conducted? Is it, what differences do you see?
Actually, there are adequate differences. Let's say, for example, from transport, actually. Here transport is really, really systematic, and it doesn't even give me a headache or something or anything, but back at home, you know, you have to think twice.
You have to think about twice.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to get the bus from Sakina to Njiro.
Exactly, and it's really hectic. And here it's really simple and
And still also moving into the academics part, what research are you following, and should we expect that you'll be enrolling also for the master's program?
Actually, yes. You should expect me enrolling for the master's, and I think I will do the same, international relations, because I am really interested. And it has a quite wide range
of areas that you can pick from and join even in terms of career-wise.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
And yes, sorry for cutting you short there. And like also still related with the academics, how did you find the facilities, the faculty? What can you tell us about that?
Actually, everything is adequate, I can tell, because we have every kind of facility, and the teachers are always there for us. For example, there are working hours or office hours. Every student knows that, whereby we get time to consult our teachers. For instance, you didn't understand something, you get that time.
You can always go and just consult privately and get some more input.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. That's really wonderful. And I'm really thankful that you've shared with me and put time aside. Now, as we wind down on our segment, like just to ask you just a quick, simple question: survival tips. What can you advise the students who are interested in coming to Lublin, to UMCS, and also for those that are probably maybe a couple of semesters behind you, what survival tips can you share with them?
Actually, that is something which is quite common to every student, and I think Lublin is quite a city. It's such a nice city for every student, because it's really fair when it comes to economic status. And actually, I should also advise every student to have such a budget system, for every month, which will enable him or her to do quite a things. You know, there is food, there is clothing, there is academic facilities. For example, there are books. Though we have a library, but sometimes you have to
get access to something extra.
else.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
I think everybody should have like a total budget for his or her own per month, which will help him.
And also socializing.
Exactly.
But just the study.
Yeah,
but
also of course. Sometimes you can
part.
stack, but friends can pick you up.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it from our guest here, currently finalizing her studies here at UMCS with us, Faith. Thank you so much for putting time aside and joining me for this session. Now, for our viewers out there, please don't go away. We are coming back with the next segment, also with one of our current students. We're taking a short break. but I'll see you soon. Thank you very much, Faith.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Bye. See you.
Hi everyone, welcome back from this from the short break. With me here I have one of our Polish students, Miss Martina Dua.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me for this session, and I have just a couple of questions, and I'm hoping that she will open up and share her experiences so far. All right. So you're in your first year at UMCS and you're pursuing law.
Yes,
that's right. Any particular law area that you're interested in?
So I'm a first-year student of law, and in the first year we only pursue Roman law. So that's my main interest for now, but later we'll learn about other kinds of law. So.
Okay. Is there something that you found very interesting that you can share about this Roman law?
It's hard, for sure, and this was my first time when I had an opportunity to learn Latin.
Yeah, Latin.
So it's something new.
So there's the component of Latin as well, getting the terms right. Oh, wow. So a couple of years you'll be able to speak serious Latin. Let's remember that. So like with the time that you've spent here at the university, because now UMCS is one of the most international universities. What has been the experience like for you being here?
It feels really great to be here. Our university let me meet people from different parts across the world and learn something about different cultures. So.
Oh, this is really cool, and you've of course the faculties within close proximity. You're right at the center, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the main Rector's building. Wow. And still related to this, are there activities that you've participated in that have really put you in close contact with like international students? Are there like some social events, maybe Erasmus, ISEC activities?
So far, I have been only studying for 5 months, so there were not a lot of opportunities to meet another international students, but lately I have joined ELSA organization. It stands for European Law Students Association. So maybe in the future I will have a chance to meet people.
To meet also other people and come out of the faculty, out of all the books.
Yes.
And of course now I know that you're within the exam period. How is that like for you?
It's hard, but the thought that everyone has to deal with it and get through it really makes me feel better. And it's just something that everyone has to do. So.
All right, that's really interesting. And you've mentioned that it's hard, but any challenges that you've experienced so far with?
Maybe, as I said earlier, Roman law.
That was a pickle. Okay. And the experience, of course, has also been, I assume, coming into this environment, being your first time. How are you handling that? Like, how are you managing? How are you putting things together? The time management. And of course, there's always this other notion that there's too much information floating around, people on their phones, on social media. How are you managing this?
Time management is the most important thing. I'm not the best at time management, but I'm trying, especially now in this exam period, to cut off maybe social media for some time, because it really it isn't helpful. But I'm trying to be positive and.
Oh, that's really good. The cutting off the social media, but also still
Yes,
remaining
but it's
active.
not easy.
Yeah, you
because
need a balance of
yes.
sorts. Yeah, wow, that's really good. And I mean, there are other Polish students, of course, on campus. There are those that want to come to UMCS, and of course, there's also the international students. Would you mind sharing any advice that you can give to maybe also like Polish students coming in who will, of course, get admitted this year?
So I think UMCS is a great choice for a university.
Yes.
It does not only offer a wide range of courses, also international, but also it lets us develop our hobbies or join some organizations.
That's really amazing what you've said, because in the past couple of webinars I've had an opportunity to interview some of our guests, and at times they always like these particular centers at the university, and some students are like, oh, we don't know about this, and I'm like, well, it's right next door. You can give it a try and then see what happens. You know, you move out of your comfort zone, and of course, beyond the academics, you need to be able to interact with people.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I'm really happy for having hosted you. And now for our viewers out there, please don't go away. We're just going to take a very short break, and we're going to come back and finalize. Well, thank you very much again for your time, and I hope I see you also in future webinars.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sean Magavu. I am from Zimbabwe and I'm 22 years old. UMCS is an university with a great history. It's been there for a really long time, and it being the biggest university at the eastern side of Poland, I had to take this great opportunity to challenge myself. Oh, it was a great time. There were a lot of opportunities, not just in what I was studying, but then also in the likes of music, culture, and also sport. So it is a great place. It's a great place for a well-balanced education. Well, I'd say the city of Lublin is the integration. I got to see 6 continents in one city, which is not very common, especially from where I come from. So that's what I really loved about the city and about the university. It's a pretty international university. Well, I think the greatest achievement is that the Juravi Award, which is an award given to the biggest contribution in the music field in Lublin. So it's a really, really great award where I've had the opportunity to win it, being the first international person to do so. Interesting moment, I'd say maybe performing on stage. For me, that's the greatest feeling, especially when we performed in Plac Litewski as part of the Shema Shaki concert. That was an amazing night for me. There are too many to mention, but that's the one I can give reference to. I want my future to be in Lublin, so I might be studying, I might be working, but I still love the city, and I still feel like I have to find out other opportunities in the city. So I'm still in that gap between if I should study or if I should work. But I know I want to be so I'll know by next week.
The project was financed by the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange under the Welcome to Poland program.
Hi everyone, my name is Robert and welcome back from that short break. With me here I have a very special guest. He's an alumni of our Faculty of Political Science and Journalism. He has been a student here at the master's level, and currently he's pursuing his PhD studies at the doctoral school. I'll just invite him briefly to introduce himself and the country he comes from, and then we'll get right into the questions I have for him, and I'm quite sure he's very willing to open about some of the things that he has been up and about.
Hello, Robert. Thank you for having me in your program.
Yes.
And my name is Brian Chagu.
Yeah.
I'm from the United Republic of Tanzania.
Yeah.
And I am currently pursuing a PhD in political science and administration.
Yeah.
And I'm in my second year currently.
Uh-huh. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you're from Tanzania to Poland.
Correct.
what was it like? Your experience, of course, also getting exposed to the Polish culture and the new environment. What was it like for you, Brian?
As you mentioned, it's a great transition actually, and because you understand that the African culture and the European culture are two different things. And so it wasn't easy, but then you have to quickly adapt.
Yeah, you have to quickly adapt, yeah.
Yes, the Polish cuisine, the Polish language as well, and other things as well.
Yeah, so any particular dishes that you have been...
Yes, pierogi, gomki, flaki.
Flaki, that one is really good. I've eaten that one before.
and one really interesting cucumber salad, they call it miseria.
Miseria.
I would advise you to try it.
Now we're getting into it. So you finalized your master's here, and what are your best memories? Best memories from the master's program, your achievements that you managed to actually pursue and bring out within those years at your master's level.
Yes, during my master's program, it was a little bit unfortunate that I was able to only have a traditional class, because you understand during that time we had the COVID. Yes, so we were able to attend only one semester in class and the rest of the semesters online. Then, but one thing that it was more intriguing for me is that I was involved in a couple of activities beyond the academic exposure and experience, but beyond that, I got myself engaged in programs, cultural programs in the university. One program was UMCS Hakuna Matata, and the other one was the Vibes of UMCS. Where the other one I was one of the organizing committee, and the other one I was the co-host of the radio and the TV program. So during all that time, I also participated in UMCS Nagroda Santander competition, where a particular category was about the best international student. So I was selected as the best international student for the year 2019-2020. So for me, it's one of the best moments because it shows the recognition of the university towards international students, towards different activities beyond the academic.
Beyond the academics. That's amazing. And you know, you mentioned the COVID period, and it brought me back to a particular memory that I also shared with you. I don't know if you remember that one, but we had that engagement because during the lockdowns, we were not moving out. Okay, remember we organized this online meeting so that we could be able to talk with each other and all the other students around. And I remember that was really, really helpful. And I'm really thankful for that moment as well. So any survival tips that you would like to share with some of our current cohorts, a crop of MS students and those that intend to apply in the future?
I mean, as a student, we have duties and responsibilities. And I think the first thing would be reading. I mean, you're here to pass your exams, you have to read, whether you like it or not. And secondly is that to participate effectively and efficiently in class activities. And another aspect would be doing the assignments and submitting them on time. Very important.
Yes, very important.
And I think lastly is, because most of the professors here or academicians have their own standards, demands, and criteria for passing the particular subject. So it's always very important to be very keen, because at the end of the day, you'll have to meet those demands.
That's true.
So I think if you adhere to all those aspects that I've mentioned, there is no reason why you should not excel.
You shouldn't excel. Well, thank you very much for pointing that part out. And yes, still on the academics part, you're pursuing your PhD studies. Okay, you're in your second year now. What particular areas of research are you involved in?
Yes, my area of interest is much on the conflicts and peace studies in Africa. But to be more specific, my topic focuses on African traditional methods towards natural resource conflict resolution.
That's really good. That's really good. And I just have a follow-up question still related with with the research area that you did. Just so you know, I read one of your articles recently published, the impacts of leadership in the area of peace and security. And of course, there was a point you made there about traditional methods of solving conflicts. Do you believe these traditional methods could be very important or applicable in the current conflicts, just not in Africa first, but also do you think they could be probably borrowed so that they can be also sort of used in other areas of the world?
Yes, as currently in the realm of conflict resolution and peace building is dominated mostly on the Western methods. And we have to understand that this is a product of the colonial times or the colonial legacy, I would say. So currently there's been an interest or a focus much on the traditional aspect, either to be included in the whole process of conflict and resolution and peace building. So, and that being the case, there has been 3 African school of thoughts. Because the debate is still ongoing.
The debate is still ongoing.
Yes, and that has created 3 school of thoughts, as I can say. The first one is the agency, which focuses like who should be the one to solve our problems in Africa. The second one is the indigenous, which completely focuses on traditional aspects. And the third one is the innovative, which tries to like strike a balance between the traditional methods and the Western methods. Like so that they can work in parallel.
And you know, it's very interesting because I remember there was a particular conflict in the eastern part of Africa. And one of the traditional methods that was used was, you know, you get the leaders to jump over a cow or a bull, and the conflict would have ended. And once that was done, nobody raised you know, a weapon against the other person. So it is very important that I find it very interesting, your research area, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to read more and more articles from you, because I really found this very informative. And I think it also has very many areas where it can be applied. So Brian, thank you so much for making the time and joining me for this session. I am really, really, really happy, and I'm looking forward to reading and engaging with you more on your research areas as well. I hope this is not the last webinar. In the future, please honor the invitation and come through and always be here with us. So thank you so much for your time. And for our viewers out there, this is our last segment, but just note that there is something special for you as we are coming to an end. So thank you so much, Brian, again.
Thank you so much, Robert, for
joining me. And
thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon.
All right. Thank you, and bye. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewers out there, welcome back from this short break. Kindly note that we have come to the end of this 4th webinar focused on internationalization activities here at the university and also our alumni. Now, just to say a few things before we close, remember that our admission processes begin in April of every year. And we have 5 bachelor programs conducted in English and 6 master programs. If you're really interested in applying to a university, kindly email us at studyingenglish@umcs.pl, and you can also WhatsApp us on the number on the website. Thank you so much for your time, and ladies and gentlemen, see you next time.